working out, okay? Then there's a number below that that says when you are not active. Wow, it's crazy. We thought of everything, okay? This is really important. Now, when you go to the other side and look, you have those blank lines, you can map out your protein and calories. This is the thing. If you pre-map your days, you don't have to count calories. If you've already mapped out what you're going to eat and you know what you're going to eat, and how many people eat most of the same things every day anyway, right? It's not a big deal. Map it out. Know what you're going to do. Have a plan. And then, you know what? It's easy. It's easy. Okay? So, going back to the other side, those calorie numbers are already adjusted for you. Then, I want to go through what the other numbers mean on the left-hand side. Starting at the top, obviously you have your weight. You know what that means, right? It's how much you weigh. Seriously. Okay, so, in the BMI scale, and we can look at it in greater detail. If you can't see it back there, no problem. We have all these sheets out there. We can talk about it with you one-on-one. But it's important to understand BMI because it's the way insurance companies rate you. Okay? It's not always a perfect number. I have some guys that are like 5'5" and almost as big as me. They weigh like 200 pounds. They're jacked and they're really lean. And you know what? They show obese, but they're not. Okay? So this is not a perfect number, but it is important. We had 2 clients in the last couple months. One of which, just the other day, just got measured for their insurance. They had fallen off the wagon for a little while. They came back to the family. They dropped another 20 pounds, and they were 2 pounds under what it would have taken for them to save money. If they would have been overweight still, they would have paid a lot more money, just because they were on a program. So don't devalue how important it is to be healthy and to know what that's worth on this. Then, looking at your body fat, look over here, okay? You can see your age, and you can see what your body fat is, and these are relating to what healthy numbers are. Now, it differs, okay? And I'm just going to be real honest. Can I have permission to be honest and direct?
Yes.
Okay, if you were a woman, first of all, your numbers are much higher because you have some beautiful assets that are different than men, okay? So don't think...
What are those, Scott?
I don't know, Will. But this is the thing. They are boobs. And if they are large, they are fat, and they are going to change your numbers, okay? Don't freak out. Work with your coach. We'll help you know what a good number is, okay? But what we look to do is to increase your muscle and lower your fat. Now, everyone's always like, oh, Scott, what muscle number should I have? I mean, what's a good number? It's different for everybody, okay? I know Will's never going to be as big as me, ever, no matter what he does, right? I'm just jacked, okay? So, some people have natural tendencies to having different composition. Don't worry about it. We're going to work with you one-on-one. As we get closer, we know where that is. But a lot of times, it's like, hey, can I see my six-pack or not? You know, so worry about that. But then visceral fat. Now, I do find that this scale does read visceral fat really low. But visceral fat is important to watch because it's what you're eating that determines that. And that's the fat around your organs, the hard fats, that leads to heart disease, diabetes, and cholesterol. Get that number low. It's all about clean eating. Then, healthy water range, okay? It is super important to be hydrated. Do you know that 76% of the U.S. is chronically dehydrated? We have some amazing products like our Hydrate to help with that, but now we can quantify it, okay? When you're on the low end of the scale, like if you're a woman, 50% lower, you're low. You need to hydrate more. You want to be more toward the upper levels of those scales, okay? And also, hydration helps with flushing out toxins. It helps so much with so many things with your body. And there's super amounts of studies that link weight loss to hydration, okay? Be hydrated. Men, 50 to 65%, so you need to be more around 60, okay? That's where you want to be. Then, what is that PSY rating? Well, it's your physique rating. And it says, if you're a 1, 2, or 3, you got some opportunity to have a cool story. It's awesome, okay? 4, 5, 6 is what they determine to be based upon your muscle and everything in the roughly healthy range. Now, can we lean up there? Sure. And then when you're lean, you're in the 7, 8, and 9 range. And then your bone mass, look at this out there. And we'll talk with you more one-on-one, but especially women with osteoporosis as we age, we lose bone density, and it's really important to watch this number, okay? You can change it with activity and nutrition. So, whoa, that's about it so far. The next person I want to bring up is almost as big as me, but not quite. And Will, again.
All right. So some of you heard this before. And I have to do this like way too often. Okay? So, I was working out here. Okay, 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. Thank God I have an 82-year-old retired physician and retired Vietnam veteran father who I went to visit in December. And I walked in the door, he hadn't seen me in 2 years. He says, son, you look good, but if you put on a few pounds. First thing he says to me. I say, hey, Pop. I go, Pop, I work out 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. Then he says to me, he stops, looks at me, and he says, you're still getting fat. I had to call him the other day. I said, Dad, you are a motivational speaker. Because you said that I was fat, look at what's happening. This is awesome. Okay, but I was. I joke and I tell people, I seriously was walking around like this. I think what happens over time, okay, when it happens over time, now keep in mind, my background was, I've had my first training certificate when I was 13 years old. I helped bring 24-hour fitness out here to Colorado from California, our first day outside of California. How many people here belong to a gym before? Okay? Let me give you a secret. A gym does not get you in shape. Okay? Well, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now, right? Okay? What a gym does is provide you an opportunity, if you put everything else together, to get in shape. And the foundation of that is nutrition. So here I am, thinking I'm the Black Matthew McConaughey, walking around my pool, you know? Honestly, I'll tell you what, I don't know what happened, because now I'm finding stuff that I'm like, why doesn't this shirt not fit, and now fit again? That's what was going on. I'm 236 pounds, I'm 29% body fat, I had a metabolic body age of 69 years old, okay? Working out all the time. This was 4 weeks later, and for me, my first week, I got on the program, I lost 4 pounds and 2% body fat. And for those of us in the industry, it had to be that significant for me to go, maybe there's something to this nutrition thing. Okay, within 4 weeks, I dropped 20 pounds, 10% body fat. Now, you can see I'm starting to lose my pants. Now, I get flashing tickets everywhere. Now, I work out, here's the crazy thing, I was working out the exact same. I now work out about 2 days less per week than I used to. And I'm about I just found I'm 197 pounds, and don't applaud that. Because next week, I'll be 204 at the same percent body fat. I somehow overshot my goal. Okay, need to lay out that tea a little bit. So that's the difference. Okay, it's all about nutrition. It's 80% nutrition. I do want to tell you this. Okay, because we see this. The reason why every single person is here is because you know someone. This does not happen in a gym. Okay, because what happens every January? Everyone decides that's the time they're going to change their life. This year, this time, this moment, right? I did it. Okay, everyone was there. But the neat thing about what we do here is we believe in a healthy, active lifestyle, and you're here because you know someone that got a positive result. I have never sat down with anyone since I started with Herbalife and HealthQ Nutrition who said, you know what? A friend of mine told me the shakes didn't taste very well, they didn't get any results, they didn't have a good time, the people were mean, but go check it out. This doesn't happen. Okay? You're here because you know people and people right around you. What I like to tell people, we have a revolving support group here. There was someone that was just like you yesterday, last week, and last month. And that's what I see. We have people in the audience. I've watched you change your lives. It's amazing. Okay? But it's because they had the mindset. You cannot have an a la carte program where you go, I'll have a shake now. And then someone, by the way, who was it? There was a girl walking around here with a t-shirt that said, I ate a 4-pound burrito. Who was there? You see that? You cannot have a shake in the morning and a 4-pound burrito in the afternoon and think that you're going to get in shape. It's not going to work. Okay? So you have to own your program. You have to own your own program, and that's why I like for 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, things are going to happen. In 4 weeks, you're going to modify your behavior. In 4 weeks, you're going to see change. It's not going to solve all your problems, but you know that you can do it in 4 weeks. Okay? So I want you to focus. Okay, if you're not, then don't waste your time. But if you are, I want you to focus on your program for these 4 weeks, and you will see that you will be able to make changes in the next 4 weeks that you never thought you could make. We see it here every day. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to bring up a few people. And, you know, I love this story because how many people have been watching like a P90X or Insanity video late at night eating that pint of Ben Jerry's, right? Going, I should maybe be doing something about this situation, but that's really inspirational, but I don't know who those people are, okay? Well, we've got our own insanity people walking amongst you that you see every single day, and with real stories. So the first one, I'll tell you, when she showed up, she had spent $600 on personal training. She got here and she said, I want to be a health coach. And she couldn't get out of her car. She actually drove all the way down. She said, I'm like, what happened to you? She's like, I couldn't do it. There's too many people, and drove all the way back. Okay? Now she's inspiring people. It's amazing. Last week, I think 5 or 6 or 7 of her friends came out. And so I want to introduce you to her first. Her name's Alex.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alex. I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-time college student. Okay, so Will tells a true story. It took me a long time to get here, but I finally came. I started my 4-week challenge right off the bat once I got here. This is 3 weeks in. Here I was down 3% body fat, up 3% muscle. After my 4-week challenge, I was down 5% body fat and up 4.5% muscle. The most interesting part to me was though, is I really didn't shift weight. I've been kind of the same weight through the whole process. So it's kind of nice to see that I can still change even though I haven't lost any weight. So, the next person that I would like to bring up is an awesome health coach here. He's great and he's seen some awesome results. So I'd like to bring up Rob.
My name's Robert. Sorry, I'm a little sore right now. I started about a month and a half ago. I did my first 4-week challenge, and this was 2 weeks into it, a little less than 2 weeks, and I was actually down 2% body fat and up 2% muscle in the first 2 weeks.
Man.
I actually got to go back to the gym and everything. I haven't done it for a couple of weeks, haven't been feeling so hot. Anyway, all I did was just change 2 meals really for myself. I changed my breakfast and my lunch to shakes, and I've been seeing results ever since. The shakes are amazing. They provide all the nutrients that I need, and I work construction, so I gotta really feed myself all day long, and I find myself not feeling hungry throughout the day after I have one, and amazing. And like I said, I'm working on my second 4-week challenge now, and I'm hoping to see a lot better results. So yeah, I guess, and he's going to put me to shame with his results.
Look at that face.
Hey, I'm sorry, it wasn't a 1-hour workout like you guys hoped, right?
Yeah.
You got 30-minute workout.
We worked hard anyways, right?
Anyways, well, my first 4 weeks was just a learning experience. I first started out by doing 4-hour workouts at the gym. I was forced here by my girlfriend. She said I needed it, but I told her she was crazy. But anyways, I did learn a lot. Just introducing this nutrition to what I already was doing with my training helped me lose 20 pounds, gain 10% muscle. I lost 10% in fat. I didn't know I had that in me. Like, anybody can do it, really. It's so simple. Wake up in the morning, eat your breakfast. Take your lunch, eat a simple dinner. How easy is that? Bam. It was really simple. Don't overthink it. Don't make it too complicated. It's there. We have the tools. Just use them. Next person I want to introduce is an amazing person. Like I was telling her before, I saw her last on Facebook. I saw her before on Facebook, and now look at her after. It's amazing. She's an amazing teacher, and I want to introduce Dawn.
But I started my first 4-week challenge back in March with Katie. She brought it to our school, and I was like, yeah, I'll just give it a try. So this was my first picture. I was at 273 pounds, and what scared me the most is I have 2 young kids at home, and I was only 29 at the time. And I was ranking at a 77-year-old woman, and I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So within my first week of my first 4-week challenge, I lost 9 pounds. And with my 4-week challenge, I lost 19.6 pounds. All I was doing is I was doing the protein shakes, the tea, and Total Control. And then now I have lost a total of 50 pounds. I've lost 10% body fat. I've gained 8% muscle. And now I've been able to drop 10 years off of that 77. Now I'm at 66. Still going. thank you to everybody for keeping me motivated, because that's what I need, is the motivation. And my coach, especially, Katie. And I just want to bring up Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I started out on the program. I kind of didn't know what I was walking into. I was living a life of just kind of being a 21-year-old. I was out, I was drinking, I was partying, not really knowing where my life was going. Called up Will, tried to tell him a funny story about how I went and I blacked out and I spent $300 at the bar the night before thinking he would laugh at me, and he didn't. So he brought me in here. I was, I didn't think I needed to be on a program, but I ended up losing 25 pounds on the program. I've been on it since February. I've been through quite a few 4-week challenges, but the results literally never stop. I'm always looking for the next step, whether it's taking it from just my basic program to my basic program in combination with the 24 line. To really just build a whole bunch of lean muscle off me. I lost 25 pounds in total. I lost 5% body fat. I'm up 5% in muscle as well. So as I was losing all this weight and as I was going on my journey, not only did my people around me see a change in my body, but they saw that I wasn't out at the bars partying all the time. They saw that I was actually happy. They saw that I was doing productive things. They saw that I was doing well in school. They saw that I was basically getting my life organized. So people just started coming in. They started asking me what I was doing. They started asking me how I had lost so much weight and why I'm so happy. So I brought them into HealthQ, and they're all like, why is everybody so happy here? Like, are you going to take me back and kill me? And I'm like, no, don't worry, it's all good. But I started as a health coach, and I just started in referring people over. I was working a full-time job at a bridal shop. And then soon I figured out that I was making just as much money referring people over to HealthQ that I was at a full week at the bridal shop in 2 days. So that's when I quit my job. I came over to HealthQ full-time, and I actually made $2,700 last month just being a health coach and helping people to help them.
Alrighty.
Oh, good job.
Okay, I'm going to go off script. I never had one. So, but Ruth Javier, come right here for me. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you something. The neat thing is here. Some of the backstories. You met David. Okay. David's girlfriend saw Hannah on Facebook. She said, "Hey, I want to make a change." He says, "All you need to know is listen to me." She goes, "But you're not looking like you're supposed to." So I'm going. She drug him down. Okay. He walks in with a little attitude because he wanted to be over at Chipotle across the street for his story, right? Then 5 minutes he starts taking notes. He starts taking notes. Well, let me tell you, since then, Ruth is his mother.
I'm 29.
29 pounds. Javier, well, if she drags Javier in, Javier, what are you down?
27 pounds.
Oh, 27. Show you his abs, okay?
Yeah.
One more person, Cindy. See, this is how I do it. Come on up. Yes, you
Yeah.
Okay, so you met Dawn, right? So Dawn lost 50 pounds. She went back and inspired her family. Here's Cindy. They told me 3 times who's cousins, who's whatever, blah, blah. Still don't get it. Don't stay right here.
She's my aunt.
Her aunt, okay? She's got Katie back there who's become a coach, who's down how many pounds? 20 pounds, 17 pounds. So I want you to listen to this, and this is a story that touched me the other day. I didn't even know that I had emotions until about a month and a half ago. Someone told me one time, but I didn't believe it. Okay? But just the other day, what you are now, it's a community, it's a supportive community. What happened the other morning to me, I have been in health and fitness for over 20 years. Okay? The other morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, we were running our mile. Okay? No one knows me. Everyone showed up. Kaylee was there. People were there. It's cold and it's dark. And we're running this mile, right? So we take off and everyone runs and everyone's finished. They don't know each other's name. They just met. They showed up. They aren't even awake for the first half mile, probably. Okay? We look up and the group finishes, and here comes Cindy. She's about 400 yards back. Okay?
Half a mile back.